This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Bryce Huff. Yes, he is starting to look better. Also, we got to talk about Jordan Davis. They cut his snap count, but I think this helped him in the long run. Lastly, Jalen Hurts is beating the Blitz, but let's get straight into it. All right, man, before we hop straight into it, got to talk about, I guess this is news or whatever. The Eagles versus Bengals game was flexed out. So instead of it being 4:25, it will be 1 p.m. It's crazy, right? How this season is just going. People would rather see Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels, who are two first round picks, instead of Joe Burrow versus Jalen Hurts. Two guys I believe got drafted in the same class, if I'm not mistaken. Two guys that been to a Super Bowl, both lost. But you'll think the Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow be a bigger matchup, but Bengals being somewhat disappointing. They starting to heat up a little bit, and then the Eagles somewhat starting disappointing. And the injuries, but we getting healthier. And then we just took two steps back, getting unhealthy. But the key guys are back. But me personally, I like the 1 o'clock games better. So it worked out for me. But it just lets you know what the NFL is thinking right now, which is crazy. But Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams are a hot topic right now. Makes sense. And Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow's a little cold right now. But you know, we'll see how the season ends. We all know, definitely the Bengals know the season's not now. December, January, February. That's the season. So let's let the youngest have it. Let them do their thing. Let them get the ratings. But Eagles, Bengals, 1 o'clock. And I want to talk about Haason Reddick thing again. It's like I'm a Howie Roseman truther right now. But a lot of you guys was on Howie Roseman, how he made all these wrong moves, et cetera, et cetera. So it looked like Haason Reddick will be traded soon. And if he's traded within the NFC, Howie put in a clause like if he was happen to get traded for any reason back into the NFC, you guys gotta give us a second round pick. So we'll see how it go. At first I was like, man, please don't trade him to the Lions. And I somewhat still feel that way a little bit, but if they do, I'm like, we could take the second round pick automatically. So, hey, hopefully everything works out for Haason Reddick. Seriously, hopefully he get his contract he want. Haason Reddick, the player, definitely deserves it. All right, so let's go over the topics. Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis snap like completely cut. He took 21 snaps. 21 snaps. And I just came to the realization maybe Jordan Davis possibly will never be in shape while in the NFL. He's always going to get gas. He's just not going to be the guy we wanted. It's always going to be a slight disappointment with Jordan Davis because we thought he was going to be elite. This next guy, Fletcher Cox, the next kind of Fletcher Cox or whatever. But what I'm taking right now is like he's just a run stopper. Put him in for a couple snaps, put him in on rundowns, and he will do his thing. And the reason why I think this is helping him because according to PFF, he was the highest graded Eagle on the defensive side of the ball was Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis had 3 tackles and 21 snaps. He made somewhat of an impact stopping the run. But I'm just accepting who he is. I mean, it's year, 3? I think that's who he is. He's not going to be a Jalen Carter. It's not going to be like a Milton Williams or anything like that. Jordan Davis is just going to be a really good nose tackle in this league. Now, that is disappointing to hear as a first round pick. But again, if this formula is working, you got to stick to it because Jalen Carter and not a lot of us. I've been telling y'all since y'all want to keep calling me out about being wrong, call me out about being right. That Milton Williams, it should be Milton Williams and Jalen Carter. Guess who had the second most snaps at defensive tackle? Milton Williams. Then it was Jalen Carter. And then it was Jordan Davis. And Morrow Drummond actually had the same amount with 21. And I think Thomas Booker had about like 8 or 9. So I think that's how it should go. I think Milton Williams, he's been getting better and better. A lot of you guys don't want to talk about it, but Milton Williams, hopefully, how we got the checkbook, try to keep him around. Mauro Jamo, man, he's the real deal. Mauro Jamo is the real deal. Like he's coming off more and more as a steal. I mean, man, oh man. But again, back to Jordan Davis. I just gotta accept who he is. It's who he is. I just don't think we just ever gonna get that in shape Jordan Davis. We've been saying this for years and years, and then these photos are floating around like, oh my God, look like he lost weight. And then when you see him on the field, after two plays, he got the oxygen mask on, and I seen plays he just completely gave up on. And I like that Vic Fangio, even though they asked him about it, Vic Fangio gave a vague answer, like, it was the way the Browns were playing. I call bullshit on what Vic Fangio was saying, and Vic Fangio don't bullshit a lot. But I call bullshit on that. I think the other guys were playing better. And this is just not the time. Like Jordan Davis, catch up, catch up. It's not the time, and it's not the season for that. If Morrow Dramo is playing better, he got to take snaps from Jordan Davis. Is Milton Williams playing better? He got to take snaps from Jordan Davis. It's just simple as that. But Jordan Davis in his smaller role, come in for a couple snaps, he's doing this thing. So I think this is actually a good thing for Jordan Davis. Sucks as a fan because again, first round pick, you always have these high expectations. But as far as his play and his production, this is working for him. But speaking of a guy I was low on, but I'm starting to, let's see what he do. Let's see how he work out is Bryce Huff. I know I've been tough on Bryce Huff. Yeah, guys seen that video when I was saying he was trash. I was going in, but seeing like Vic Fangio was watching what's going on. Bryce Huff probably himself is watching what's going on. Like, okay, in this Jets, in this scheme, I was better, but why not here? And Baldy, I guess, broke it down. More than likely, he's seen it. He probably went up to Vic Fangio like, hey, can I run this stance instead of that stance? And Vic Fangio probably, threw it in there a little more. But it's just something about him coming out that 4-point stance or that wide nine type thing. It really works for Bryce Huff. Like, he's a one trick pony type guy. I'm sorry, Bryce Huff. I'm sorry, but you coming off that 4-point stance, I can't lie. You really that guy. But everything else, I don't know. It looked like you could really go get the quarterback. I want to see it more, but you're heating up. You're heating up, and it got to be acknowledged. Like a half a sack, getting the pressures. You showing promise. Like okay, maybe he could be somebody, especially rushing the passer. I seen a couple plays you did get to the running back. So, you just gotta take it step by step. And to the players that watch my content, I'm not an official reporter. I'm a fan. I know a lot of you guys hate when I say that, but I'm a fan that talk about the game. Some of you players, man, be so emotional. But back to the topic. Yeah, Bryce Huff, man. Bryce Huff, he's stepping up and I can't wait to see what he do for the rest of the season. Maybe he is like a Haason Reddick. Like the first couple games, we don't know, but as he develop, as Vic Fangio figure out what he like to do, just stick to it because it's working for him. Like even a guy just to get off a topic just a little bit. Nolan Smith had one of his best days, so a lot of us fans, including me, we got to be a little patient sometimes. It's only what our sixth game we about to go into, so we just got to be a little patient with these guys, I guess. But Bryce Huff again, he showed promise. The all 22 says that he's showing promise. So hopefully again he just get better and better as the season go. And the guy I hope that gets better and better as the season goes. The last topic is Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts numbers against the Blitz. It's looking good. So Jalen Hurts against the Blitz this season, 33 of 51, 64.5%, 402 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, 1 interception, passer rating of 106.8, yards per average, 7.3, and a plus 13.5 EPA. So that lets you know Jalen Hurts is destroying the blitz, and not just that, he's also reading the defense a lot better. Let's let Fran Duffy break it down.
Another play where Jalen audibles at the line of scrimmage. You could see it on the TV copy, but he comes up to the line, he changes it to this mesh concept. He reads that it's going to be man coverage, and he's right. The Eagles get man-to-man coverage here, and they dial up this mesh concept. It's a perfect call, and one of the reasons why I like this version of mesh, we are used to the mesh concept where you have that sit route over the ball, and it's a good answer for the quarterback against zone, just in case the quarterback does see zone coverage at the snap of the ball. But here, with the Eagles releasing Grant Calcaterra up the seam to attack that safety, that prevents the safety from trying to jump the crosser and help out that corner that's playing in trail behind Devontae Smith. So with Calcaterra working up the seam, that holds Rodney McLeod in the middle of the field. The corner's picked off by Jack Stoll, who does an outstanding job there on that play, and then Devontae's home free. Really good execution. Nice call by Jalen Hurts at the line of scrimmage.
See what I mean? The audibles and I heard some audibles he did wasn't that good, but some were great. He realized the coverage and did his thing and really worked the Browns defense who liked the blitz. So it was a big test for him, and I think he passed. I think he passed on a lot of these blitzes. The only team that he looked bad against the blitz so far was the Buccaneers, is because he really didn't have no weapons, just to be fair. But every other team that tried, okay, we're gonna blitz him and see what he got, he been destroying it. So hopefully, we stick to that. But we got to utilize the middle of the field. We got one of the best like slant route runners in AJ Brown, one of the best route runners in general, and Devontae Smith. Jahad Dawson is still a weapon, and Grant Calcaterra, don't sleep on him. He's a guy teams gonna have to watch out for, because he got some jets. And if you give it to him in the middle of the field, he might not go down that first hit, or that linebacker might not even catch him, or even that safety. I mean, Grant Calcaterra can really run. So let him utilize his weapons. I didn't even mention Saquon Barkley. Give it to him in the flats. He can make a guy miss or two. So, utilize the middle of the field, man. It's a lot of opportunity there for sure. And that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Bryce Huff, Jordan Davis, Jalen Hurts. But this is Eagle Eye, man. I'm up.